Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's Anthony from Anthony's Tech 101 here, back with another video. So yes, it's been quite a while. It's been many months since I haven't been on YouTube. I haven't posted anything in a good while. So finally, I'm back. It's currently Wednesday, February 12th, 2025. And I'm finally back on YouTube. Try to get back onto the YouTube grind once again. So without further ado, let's get into this video. Alright, so today's video, we're going to touch on a few topics, including the iPhone SE 4th generation. We're going to talk about iOS 18.3.1 that released on Monday. We'll also talk about the new Powerbeats Pro 2 that Apple announced yesterday, as well as the iPad 11th generation. I'm also going to try to keep this video as short and sweet as possible. So if you want to skip through the video, you can. I'll have like tags where you can, like let's say for the iPhone SE 4, you can skip to that as well. So unfortunately, it seems that we have some bad news for the iPhone SE 4th generation. Now, it's currently Wednesday, February 12th. It's almost 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And Apple has not announced anything on the Apple website at all whatsoever. So we still have the 16 Pro and 16, but nothing about the SE 4th generation at all. So sadly, if it doesn't come out by Thursday or even Friday, which is Valentine's Day, it'll probably come out next week or by the end of February. Now, usually Apple announces the iPhone a week and a week in advance. So if that is true, you know, maybe this Friday they might announce it. People put in their pre-orders for it, and then it'll come out the next Friday, which is the 21st of February. So hopefully that'll be true. Hopefully, you know, it's not going to be delayed for another few months. Hopefully it'll come out, you know, this month. Even if it's by the end of the month, that's fine. But this phone definitely needs a huge upgrade. Now, Apple currently sells the iPhone SE on the Apple website brand new for $429 with 64 gigs of storage, which is absolutely crazy. First off, 64 gigs, you really can't do much with that anymore. So you download a few apps. You know, this has 4K recording. It'll be gone right there and then. And the iPhone SE, the body obviously is from an iPhone 8 from 2017, but the screen is from an iPhone 6 back in 2014. So it's literally over a decade old at this point. So they really need to retire this design. Me personally, you know, I still miss those olden days, you know, with the home button and, you know, the iPhones that look like this. But, you know, it would be nice that the iPhone SE, you know, goes with the times, you know. So this has the A15 Bionic chip and 4 gigs of RAM. And it still has a lightning connector. So it's outdated and it definitely needs a change. Now, I'll show you. So these, the iPhone SE 4, these are like the specs that are going to be coming on it. So it's not set in stone just yet. So these are just rumors, but this is what we're hoping we'll see on the new SE. So the 3rd generation currently has a 4.7 LCD display from the iPhone 6. 60 hertz display, obviously. Touch ID, aluminum design. It has the ring and silent switch, which is iconic for Apple. A15 Bionic chip. So it's not super old. You know, it's only a couple models old. I think that's like from the iPhone 13. So it's not bad. But it needs an upgrade. 4 gigs of RAM especially needs an upgrade. The single 12 megapixel camera is decent. It shoots 4K 60 frames per second without a slouch. It's a great camera, but needs an upgrade. The Qualcomm 5G is great, but needs an upgrade. And the battery especially is pretty poor. 2,000 milliamp hours is barely anything. And the lightning connector needs an upgrade. Now the SE4, take a look at these specs. So it's going to be much, much better. So it's going to have a 6.1 inch OLED display. So I believe it'll be the same display as the iPhone 14. And it'll have the same like pixels per inch and all that, and it'll have the same notch. So it won't have the pill size notch like the iPhone 16. It'll have the old notch like the iPhone 10. 60 hertz display, of course, not going to see 120 hertz. The regular iPhone 16 and 16 Plus does not have that, so neither will this one. It will have Face ID finally, which will definitely be new for an iPhone SE. About damn time. The aluminum design will still stay the same with aluminum borders and all that. The action button will finally come to the SE, hopefully, so you'll be able to create shortcuts. So not just your mute switch, but you can put do not disturb, you can record voice memos, get access to the camera. Now, the camera button, I don't know if this will come on the SE4. I don't think so. It is on the iPhone 16 and 16 Plus base models, but I don't know if it'll come on this one. We'll have to wait and see. But the A18 chip and the 8 gigs of RAM will definitely be a huge, huge bump. That's for sure. So double the RAM, double the performance, brand new chip, same as the iPhone 16. Apple Intelligence, finally, which the SE3 does not have. And the single 48 megapixel camera will be a huge upgrade. So if you're into photography like I am, the 48 megapixel camera is going to be great. It's just the same as the iPhone 16, but with just a single camera. So not going to have a dual camera setup or anything, but it'll just remain a single 48 megapixel camera. And that's great. That's so much better than 12 megapixels. You're going to take some excellent shots with this, that's for sure. And it'll also have the Apple-designed 5G chip, so it'll be much faster 5G performance. It'll also be better on the battery life. And the battery life, 3,279, which is crazy, so much, much better. So, and USB-C, that's definitely a big upgrade. Now, the price will also see an upgrade from $429 to $499, so that's inflation for you. What do you expect? But, you know, it's still going to be for $500. I mean, with this in one package, I mean, that's a great buy. So if you think the SE3 is popular, I definitely think the SE4 will be a huge buy. So especially for kids, teenagers that want their first iPhone. But parents don't want to be spending $800,000, $900,000, $100,000 for the iPhone 16. You know, everything's so expensive. Why not get them this? And it does literally everything that the iPhone 16 does. It'll just have the design of the iPhone 14 from a few years ago, but it's still up to date. It'll have Face ID like everyone else. It has the OLED display like everyone else. And it has pretty much the same performance like everyone else. So I think that's going to be a huge selling point for the SE4. So like I said, these are all rumors, but if this does come true, this will be a big, big upgrade. Now, in terms of colors, I don't know. I mean, it seems like it's just white for now, but, you know, it might be a midnight color and product red. Hopefully they'll release some other colors too. I mean, they are showing maybe a blue too, like what they had with the iPhone 14, so that would be kind of cool. But yeah, tell me what you guys think about the iPhone SE. Do you guys think this will be a huge selling point for Apple? And who do you think is going to buy this? And yes, I definitely think if you have an iPhone 12 or iPhone 13 or the old iPhone SE and you need an upgrade, yes. If this comes out sometime this week or next week, yes. Big upgrade. Absolutely yes. All right, so next is iOS 18.3.1. So basically on Monday, February 10th, which was 2 days ago, Apple released iOS 18.3.1, which included some important bug fixes and security updates. So it's nothing major, no new features really, but it actually fixed a major flaw where a physical attack may disable USB restricted mode on a locked device. So obviously, you know, Apple's all about privacy and safety and security. So Apple had to release this on a limb. So it's an emergency update. So if you haven't done so already, definitely update on your iOS 18 device. Make sure your phone and iPad are always updated, because like I said, things like this always happen. So iOS is obviously, there's going to be bugs, there's going to be security issues, so definitely update if you haven't done so already. And then also, hopefully the Apple Vision Pro and the new MacBook Air with the M4 chip, hopefully that'll be coming out soon as well. I'm just thinking maybe Apple is still working on some things. Maybe that's why they haven't really released it yet. Apple's really tricky about that. So sometimes rumors can be true. Some rumors are not true. Sometimes it doesn't go out as planned. So things like that do happen. So like I said, we're just going to have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll definitely make a video when the iPhone SE 4 and the other, everything else comes out. So I'll definitely try to make a video on that. I want to try to get back into the YouTube grind again. So hopefully I'll try to do that. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe and hit that like button, and I'll see you all in the next video. And last but not least, the iPad 10th generation. So this iPad also needs an upgrade. So this came out back in 2022. It is long overdue for an upgrade. And we are hoping to see this with the iPhone SE 4th generation. If not, maybe sometime later on this year. But this really needs an upgrade big time. Apple still sells this for $349. It's pretty decent, but in 2025, the specs, obviously, it's getting outdated at this point. I love the colors and all that. It's basically like the iPhone SE, but in an iPad form factor. So, I'm really hoping that they do announce a new iPad, and it's gonna come with some new features. Hopefully, it should have Apple Intelligence support, which this iPad does not. So, this iPad has the A14 chip. So that's like what from the iPhone 12. So it's pretty old at this point. This one does have USB-C actually, but it's getting old. So I mean, it would be nice if the iPad 11th generation, the one replacing this, hopefully it'll have the A18 chip like the iPhone 16. Hopefully it'll have thinner bezels, maybe a bigger screen would be nice. Apple Intelligence support, of course, and also the Apple Pencil Pro support. So this one does not support that. And hopefully better core CPU graphics. Hopefully they'll upgrade the chip. So A14 to A18, that's a big upgrade. So I mean, if they do something like that, that would be excellent. But like I said, I mean, they're still selling this, so hopefully we'll see a new iPad. I mean, if they really come out with one, I will definitely get my hands on one, because I've been wanting an iPad for so long. I'm not going to buy it right now. I want to wait till Apple releases a new iPad, then I'll go for it. That's for sure. But yeah, $349 for this, I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's decent, but the specs are just way too outdated at this point. So wait for the new iPad to come out.